Yo! Yes! Let's go! So woke up this morning, grabbed my hashtag Rise and Grind planner, just like I do every single day. Jumped in, grabbed my hashtag Rise and Grind planner this morning. I opened it up. My favorite part of the planner is there's always a quote at the top of every single page that is submitted by an actual Rise and Grind member. Today's quote was submitted by the one and only Sarah Van Tyne, and the quote said this, and I thought it was a beautiful, like the timing of these quotes is always insane, man. We put these things in a book over a year ago, and they show up at the right time every time. And today's quote said this: good ideas become great ideas when you collaborate. And as soon as I read that, I thought, how fitting is it? Because I am right here in Orlando, Florida, right now, collaborating with amazing superhumans from all around the United States. And it has been absolutely impactful and will continue to be. So much true to that. Good ideas become great ideas when you collaborate. It's not about competition, friends. It's about collaboration. Let's start the day off that way, and then let's dive into today's episode of Hashtag Rise and Grind. We're in a series called I'm So Fancy, and we're understanding the who, the what, the where, the when, the why, the how of the rich and famous. You ready? Let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? See, there's no excuse for you not pushing yourself to the next level. In order for you to create a new you must have a new mindset. When teams come together, we can create things that are greater than the sum of all of their parts. Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to eight, and the creator of what is going to be the number one most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready and grind. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? I just noticed the sound was a little weird over on the Facebook side. I apologize for that. Breaking your eardrums first thing this morning. Hopefully I've got that fixed. But good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Tuesday. That's right. Today is Tuesday, August 24th, 2021. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Tuesday, August 24th, 2021. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible, incredible day. Fair enough? Fair enough. Let's do this. I am coming to you live from Orlando, Florida, where I am here with incredible humans from California, Louisiana, Virginia, Kentucky, Indiana, Oklahoma, Michigan, and so much more. Most of whom, we even got my boys here from Canada. We got people here from Texas, all over the place. Most of whom own or operate car dealerships, which is an incredible industry in so many ways, and has had an interesting last year and a half, to say the least, just like you and I have, right? I mean, in the car industry, we've had things like chip shortages that have caused all kinds of inventory issues. Obviously, the personnel solutions, trying to figure out who can work from home, not work from home, people and their families having to battle, being sick and recovery and protecting other personnels and all of those things that come with leadership in today's day and age, right? And then also there's been an influx of new players from other markets, the Carvanas, the Teslas, the et ceteras, right? Like it's really been an interesting and a turbulent season. We've also had this huge influx of people who are now interested in having a personal vehicle that before just thought they were going to Uber their way through life. So it's been an incredibly interesting season for the automotive industry. And what to me is even more incredible than the season itself is that these dealers are plowing through, they are showing up, and they are getting it done. And what I find most impactful is most of them don't have to. Right now, the valuations of dealerships and businesses across America are through the stinking roof. Dealerships are selling for 13 times EBITDA. If you don't know what EBITDA is, maybe you're new into the business world. I didn't know what it was until I went to a workshop with Judge Graham. EBITDA stands for your earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, right? It's how much money your company's making annually. Take that, multiply it by 13. That's what some dealerships are receiving right now. Berkshire Hathaway, which is owned by Warren Buffett, okay? Or I'm sorry, not owned, but he's the CEO and the chairman. Berkshire Hathaway is buying dealerships. They just bought Capital Chevrolet in Texas for 13 times EBITDA. And Berkshire Hathaway is not the only one, which, by the way, if Warren Buffett is in your industry buying things, might be a good sign you're in the right industry. Companies and organizations like Lithia and Asbury, they are buying dealerships up all across the United States, as well as other small independent groups are on the move. Like it is a seller's market in the auto industry. So these dealers that I'm working with, they can cash out. They can cash out, dude. There is a buyer for what they're selling. They can cash out and they can make millions of dollars, tens of millions for many of them, hundreds of millions for some of them, hundreds, okay? 9 digits. But most of my dealers, the ones that I work with, won't. Most of the dealers that I work with won't. They will not sell in this season. So why is that? Why is it? You know, when I was young, I used to think I'm going to work until I can make enough money. If I could make $1 million, $10 million, $100 million, whatever the number was, as it changes as you get older and you reach certain levels, right? But I used to think the point and the purpose was to make enough money to live comfortably and not have to worry about it anymore. And then not work. That was the mindset, right? If I could just get enough. But yet these dealers have enough. They could sell right now. They could cash out, grab that check and run, but they won't. Why is that? I think it's fascinating. And here's what I've seen, because I get to spend a lot of time with these amazing superhumans. The reason that they don't sell, or the reason that they won't sell, the reason they don't just take their check and run off to some exotic island where they can serve Mai Tais on the beach, The reason is because they don't do any of this for them. None of it. They don't work hard for themselves. They're not building wealth for themselves. None of it is for them. You see, it is a mindset of leaving their mark not by the money that they earn in a lifetime, but the lives that they touch. It is a mindset not far removed from the 2,755 billionaires in the world that I've been studying and learning from in this week's series, I'm So Fancy, the who, what, why, where, when, and how of the rich and famous. And so I find it fascinating. I find that there are clues that you and I can learn from as we study these amazing superhumans. And yesterday, we basically dove into the who they are mindset-wise. And today, we're going to dive into some of what they do. But before we do, you know what we got to do on this show. Hopefully, I can do this without messing up the sound for y'all again over on the Facebook side. We got to dance, my friends. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Wake up. Yeah, looks like we got smooth sound on both sides. There we go. We got smooth sound on Clubhouse. We got smooth sound over on Facebook. I love it. Flash those mics over on Clubhouse if you can hear that. Sound all right? There we go. Flash your mics if you think it should be a little louder. Nobody? Okay. All right. Yeah, maybe a little bit. All right. There we go. Perfect. All right. Hey, for those of you that know, those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe it. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. So if you're on Facebook, share it out. If you're in Clubhouse, hit the plus sign in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Invite all your friends to come join us this morning as we're shaking and moving and getting these objects in motion, right? An object in motion tends to stay in motion. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. So get your bottom, as my wife would say, in motion. Let's rock and roll today. If you're dancing or wherever you're at, just do some dancing. If you're running, let's get some go. Maybe you go from running to skipping. I don't know. Let's just get it going, all right? I'm feeling jacked up today. I hope that you are too. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live, you're watching on replay, maybe you're listening to the podcast, maybe you're over on YouTube, wherever you're watching, make sure you connect with me. I want to connect with you as well. Fair enough? Fair enough. Good morning to Liza. I see you. What's up, Dr. Rowe? I see you. Brielle, good morning. How you doing? Justin and Tamra. I see my man Ramon is in the house. Good morning, Amanda Dahl and Stephen Kuhn. What's up, Terrence? I love the Champions Rise album cover. What's up, Dr. Janie and Bernita and Rocky? We've got Kimberly and TM and Cairo and Tom and David and Jeff and Martin and Douglas and Scott and Megan and Sharon and Trust and Kate and Christy, Dora, Maria, Monica, Diane, Dakota, Annette, Lolita, Christina, Solana, Ella, John, Arjeen, Nivea, Evan, Christine Green in the house. What's up, Renee, Shannon, Patricia, Rev, Max, Wendy, El, Michelle, Lily, Tina, Soul, Coco, Maria, Kayvon, Dr. Connor, Hogan, George, Crystal, and many more. Holy smokes, we're packed over on Clubhouse. What's up, Leisha Watts? How you doing? T. Lynch, Karen Ramsey, Sean Weatherby, Gail B. Craft, Jojo Laricia. We've got Quita Freeman, who's over here dancing in the AM. That's what I'm talking about. Quita, dance it up, girl. We've got Melvin Rodriguez in the house, Don Sankey. We've got West Storm, Kim Fair. Good morning, Kim Fair. Great to see you. We've got Dora Maria. I said your name twice, I believe. What's up, Vicky Everett and Jeremy Noling? We've got Terry LaPierre, Mr. Mike Higdon. What's up, Cheryl Alexander and William Billy Sherm is in the house. What's up, Pascal, Natasha Jansen? We've got Rodney Rock Hatfield, who gave us an amazing share yesterday. What's up, Doug Thurston? Thanks for the stars, brother. I really appreciate you. I really, really do. Debbie Dowling, Waba is in the house. Holy smokes, we're packed today on hashtag Rise and Grind. Charles Lamont, Mike Strong, Lana, Jane, great to see you all. And I can't wait to see even more of you live and in person November 5th, 6th, and 7th in Lexington, Kentucky, as we hold the celebration for the 1000th episode of hashtag Rise and Grind. And we celebrate it with the Grow Your Business for God's Sake event that is going to be over the top. Check it out.
Action-packed, it's faith-filled, it's changing lives. We started a fire.
The music, the speech, the presentation, it was out of this world.
This event has been completely mind-blowing. It's been so powerful and moving.
Such a great environment. We're new business owners, and as new business owners, it's important and it's crucial to learn from the best, and we're here to learn from the best, so I encourage you to be at the next one.
If you did not leave this place inspired, there's something wrong with you.
The value that I'll take with me leaving this event is greater than any dollar I could have spent to get here or be here.
That's November 5th, 6th, and 7th, Lexington, Kentucky. You can get your tickets at growforgod.com. If you want to join us in that, you can get a one-day pass, a two-day pass, a three-day pass, or the VIP all access. If you get a one-day pass, yes, you can choose which day you want that one. I'm so fit. Can you guys still hear me over on Clubhouse? Flash those mics real quick. Flash those mics. There we go. That was really weird. My Facebook just locked up, and all of a sudden I saw I was showing no signal on Clubhouse. There we go. Looks like Facebook is back. Must have got a little surge. Bring it. Too electric. Caused a surge up in here, as my friend Janelle Delgado would say. Listen, yesterday we talked about 3 things about who are these rich and famous, like who they are mindset wise. We talked about their fact that they're the type of people that typically live below their means for a long period of time in order to get to the place where they are today, right? To live broke today so they can have the things and be able to serve the people the way they want in the future. We also talked yesterday how you're not going to really find them in a casino playing roulette or blackjack or slot machines. They'll take some gambles in life, but they don't like to gamble in those particular situations. Most of them, not all, of course. We also talked about how they are all avid students, right? Avid students, constantly learning, looking to grow in all times. And something else I wasn't able to get to yesterday, but I think it's important, is that most of these people that have reached this level that we would consider rich and famous, they are all big thinkers. And I want you to write this note down right here. Write this down. They're big thinkers, and they dream while they're awake. You see, being a guy who's lived on both sides, I've lived with nothing, and I've been able to accrue some things, and everywhere in between. And what I realized, even looking at myself as I go through this study and kind of reflect on who I am and how many of these cues do I have that are aligned, right? How am I aligned? Because that's the key. I want to get in alignment. And just as I think about it, I think a lot about how I used to have dreams. Obviously, every night when I would sleep, I would dream about doing things, but not necessarily when I was awake. Like dreaming while I was awake was frowned upon, right? Don't daydream, kid. Keep both feet on the ground, kid. Pay attention, kid. Put your head down, kid. Do what you're told. Take the job. Stay there for 45 years. Get your gold watch, kid. Right? Like those are the things that I heard, and I listened to that. I kind of fell into that, and so I just want to talk to anybody that's in that place where you feel like each day you're just kind of going through the motions, and you're only dreaming when you get home at night and your head hits the pillow. Man, these folks that have done these amazing things, they've tapped into the plan that ultimately God has for them, and they walk in it every single day. They dream while they're awake. Big deal. All right. Perfect. All right. So that's the who, and obviously that's just four things, and that make up the who. And I'm giving you as many as I can as we get through this. And so today, what I want to give you is 5 things that fit into the what. Okay. What do the rich and famous do? And those are the 5 I'm going to give you right now. The first thing that, as I study these billionaires, 2,755 of them across the planet, and I look at what they do, the first thing that stands out glaringly is they read at least 30 minutes a day. They read at least 30 minutes a day. Now, I know for some of you, you're like, I don't like to read. Well, the great news is technology has changed nowadays, and we can listen audibly, which is amazing for some, does not work for many. My wife cannot follow an audio book. It's not how her brain works. She's got to have a book in her hand that she can highlight, that she can read along with, so on and so forth. So you got to figure out your style for you. But no matter what, if you want to reach new levels and new heights, you must become a reader. Simple. Like it or not, like it's just not a question. You must become a reader. It expands the mind. It gives you neuroplasticity. There's so many things that it does. And so you got to figure it out. It's got to be a priority. Oh, well, I don't have time to read 30 minutes a day. Make time. If you don't have, you don't have time to not make time. Right? Liza, we talked about this with Bill Hauser. It's that important. You have to find 30 minutes a day to read and feed your mind. You have to. Number 2, the second thing that goes under the what they do is, as I've studied the 2,755 billionaires around the world, they control their emotions. Emotions like fear, emotions like anger, emotions like sadness. These emotions, it's not that they don't feel them. They totally 100% feel them. They simply control them. I remember spending some time with Josh, and when Josh would get angry, Josh Cummins, the owner of Dan Cummins Chevrolet and Buick, when he would get angry, his right ear would turn red. Only his right ear, not his left ear. But his right ear would turn bright red up against his face. He used to hold a piece of paper behind it. You could see how red it really was, right? And it was interesting. He's never going to be a poker player. I'll tell you that, because that right ear would just light up whenever he's agitated. But here's the thing. You would never hear it out of his voice. He always controlled his emotions. Always, no matter how angry he was, how upset he was, how frustrated he was, he always spoke in a tone that made you feel safe, right? That made you feel safe, and it made you feel like he was in control. And that's the thing. Sometimes we fly off the handle. We get upset. We think, oh, well, we're going to prove this to you, or you're going to listen to me, and I'm going to be right, and you're going to be wrong. And when we do that, we actually hand control over. When you lose control, you give it to someone else. Facts. And when it comes to the rich and famous, they've figured out how to control all of those emotions, and we can learn to do the same as well. The number three thing that I've noticed, or that that the notes that I took as I studied, is that the rich and famous, the 2,755 billionaires around the world and the 20 million plus millionaires around the world, they network often. They network often. They're part of big groups, collaborations. They're on boards of companies. They are traveling. They're at conferences. They're at seminars, so on and so forth. They are networking all of the time. They understand the strength of relationships. They understand that shaking a hand can completely shift the trajectory of your future. They understand relational capital. and they make that a priority. They're not only getting out of the job and leaving the site and so on and so forth. They're not only doing that 2 weeks a year, like most of us in the middle class world. We're doing the 2 weeks a year, and other than that, we're just head down and grinding. No, it's not like that at all. It's lots of networking, lots of opportunities, lots of relationship capital, lots of relationship building, and those things expand and become more things, right? Together, we are better together. That's the note you can write down. We are better together. All right. So that's number 3. Number 1, they read 30 minutes a day. Number 2, they control their emotions like fear, anger, sadness, etc. Number 3, they network often. Number 4, they avoid procrastination at all costs. Procrastination and the things that lead to procrastination, like flipping through phones, scrolling through social media, binge watching TV, playing Fortnite or Call of Duty video games until 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, but I just like to let my mind go. No, you like to procrastinate. That's what it is. Yeah, but I just need some space without thinking. No, you're thinking. You're just not thinking about the things you need to be thinking about. That's what it is. You're procrastinating because you don't want to do that thing because it's hard and it's not as fun. But those that reach these super high levels, man, procrastination is the devil. It's the enemy. They avoid it like a plague. They run from procrastination. As soon as they notice themselves procrastinating in any way, shape, or form, they make a decision, make a shift, make a change. Let's go. And I love it. That's number 4. And I know I'm going through these fast, but I only have a certain amount of time. For some reason, I used to be able to do this show in less than 30 minutes all of the time. Sometimes I'd have to extend at the end. And now I can barely get it under 30 minutes. Number 5, they have a mentor. Every single one of them have some type of mentor, some type of coach, somebody that they listen to that resonates with their spirit and their soul, someone that kicks them in the rear end when they need a kick in the rear end, someone that can guide them, direct them, teach them, like they have a mentor. Now listen, in order to have a mentor, it means you can't have what? I got one word for you. If you have a mentor, a direct mentor that you're going to listen to, that you're going to study from, that you're going to do whatever they tell you. If you have a mentor, you can't have what? An ego. That's right. That's right. If you have a mentor, you can't have an ego, which is very easy for us humans to get egotistical, to think we know everything, to think we're the best at whatever it is, right? So what I love is that when I studied the 2,755 billionaires around the world, and I noticed that they all have a mentor, that means they're putting their ego down and saying, hey, I need your help. I need your advice. I need your skill set. I can't do this alone. And what a humbling thing to say. Could you imagine? You're sitting on 150 mil and you're going, hey, I can't do it without you. That's the heart of the rich and famous and impactful. And that's a heart which I hope to emulate and to carry on. And that's a heart which I hope you can tap into and that resonates with you as well. Ego aside, let's go out and serve others, right? So I'm going to give you that list. 5 things real quick. They read 30 minutes a day. Control emotions. They network often, avoid procrastination, and they have mentors, coaches, etc. that they pour into, that they lay themselves down, put themselves aside so that they ultimately can learn, evolve, and get better every single day. And my friends, that's what it's all about. That's why we're here. That's why I believe you and I, as children of God, are on this planet. We are here to grow, to become the absolute best versions of ourselves we can possibly be. Not an average version, not a below average version, not a little bit above average, but the absolute best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be. Not for us, but ultimately for them, so we can make an impact in other people's lives. And listen, every decision you make, I'm telling you, no matter how seemingly small, every decision you make, it makes an impact on your friends, on your family members, on your coworkers. You showing up here today has made an impact on me. You've changed my morning. And I, for one, absolutely stinking love you for it. If nobody's told you that yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. So let's continue to grow. Let's continue to rise every day with intention and purpose, evolve into the best versions of ourselves we can possibly be, go out and make an impact in other people's lives. And the best part is we can do it together, right? Because we're better together, my friends. We are better together. That is today's episode of hashtag Rise and Grind. If you need more episodes like this, you can go to glennlundy.com at any time. If you haven't got your tickets yet, make sure you go to growforgod.com. Get your tickets to the 1000th episode celebration of hashtag Rise and Grind. And if you want to discuss this a little bit more, you can join us over on Clubhouse. We're going to be hanging out on Clubhouse all day today, 15 hours of content and programming. So you're welcome to hang out with us over there on Clubhouse if you want to do it that way. But most importantly, come back here again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. because we're going to do this all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind. Have an incredible day, my friend.
Good morning. Hold my feet before the sunrise. Stepped into my greatness, feeling powerful and energized. Thankful to be alive. Hashtag blessed. Write my mission, vision, values, and my gratitude list. I'm building up momentum. I'm making good decisions. I rise, I grind, I get it. Ain't no doubt that I'm committed. Cause who really loses if I don't win? Can't cheat the grind, only get what you put in. So I'm mastering my mentals. I'm focused on my physical. I'm developing spiritually and manifesting miracles. I'm gonna get it started, have a party in the morning.